every man that I've gone on dates with that has been a masculine energy man, he's secure, he's confident, he's financially successful, they never ask me about my work, my job, my career. They don't ask me at all. They don't care. They don't care if I'm CEO or if I'm working minimum wage. They do not care. They maybe around date 3 will maybe be like, what do you do? And it's more like just kind of curious as far as like getting to know me. And it's usually like, do you like what you do? Do you like your job? Do you like what you do every day? But they're not asking very specific questions. It's more like, what time are you done with work so I can take you out? Those are the kinds of questions those men ask me. But then the insecure men who are not in their masculine energy, they bombard me with questions about my job. They want to ask me so many questions. At one point, I was like, should I just tell you what my salary is? Jeez.
Women have been oppressed since the beginning of time.
How?
And it's natural.
Oh gosh.
How?
Are you really? How?
Yeah, go ahead.
How? You're
the one
asking
saying
me
this is true.
how?
Yes.
No, women were oppressed in history, but so were men. It's
How?
not. It's not.
Not as much as women
now
were.
this is interesting because if I say how were women oppressed, you're like, well, it's self-evident, Brian. I shouldn't have to educate you. Yet you've just asked me the same question. You've just asked how were men oppressed. Shouldn't you know?
No, because that wasn't taught in school.
Ah, so isn't that interesting? Male oppression was never taught in school. Female's oppression was. Isn't that interesting? So who's really oppressed then?
Oh my God, Brian.
If men's grievances throughout history are overlooked, who's the real one that's oppressed? Perhaps you don't even believe men are oppressed.
Don't, to be honest.
You don't?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think these modern women really understand the level of peace that a man receives when he stops messing with modern women, when he stops entertaining modern women. No longer is it, and we can even separate the dates, right? Oh, I got to take you to this expensive restaurant. We can separate that. We can just talk about how you keep up mess every day for no reason. You're always getting into something that you have no business being in, talking about you're doing it for the plot, and I've got to listen to the nonsense when I could be thinking about making money. Doing a hobby, enjoying a hobby, picking up another one. Which one do you think is more appealing?
I don't submit to a man. I don't let no man tell me what to do. The enemy is trying to convince us that submission in the home is inferiority. This was never about your value as a woman. This was simply about order and function. Imagine you and your man driving to a destination and both of you have a gas pedal, both of you have brakes, and both of you have a steering wheel. What do you think is going to happen? The creator of the car wasn't trying to oppress you by saying, I'm going to take the steering wheel away from you. The creator of the car knows in order to get to the destination, there has to be someone in the driver's seat. God said, I'm going to put the husbands in the driver's seat of the home. But you see, the role of the passenger isn't just to sit there and look pretty. Your role as the passenger is to help him. Maybe that looks like setting up the GPS, fixing the AC, or making sure you have water and food for the trip. We can destroy our man with just our words and our tongue. Always questioning his decisions. You took the wrong turn again? Why don't you get in the other lane? If I were in the driver's seat, that wouldn't have happened. Our men have enough attack from the enemy in this world. And the last thing he needs from you is to be another voice of attack. As an influential queen, you're going to honor your man. You're going to speak well over him. You're going to build him up so that you can get to the destination that God has designed for you. You are called to support your husband, to lift up your man. And if you find yourself struggling to lean back and just trust his leadership, you've been trying to fill both roles. And honey, it's not going to end well. My free masterclass tells you how to get out of that and return to your true femininity. Comment class and I'll send you the link.
You have a lot of modern women continuing to ask, where are all the men at? How come these men are not at singles events? Well, if you were to go to an event just to get humiliated, would you go? If you were going to the event just to honestly and truly become content, would you go? The answer's probably going to be not. I'm not coming. I'm not going to pay to be humiliated. The drinks are not going to be that good. The food's not going to be that good. We're not going to be doing anything that I want to do. So I'm not going. And that's how a lot of men think. Even if the drinks are good, even if the food is good. okay, this looks like a place I would go, but I'm not going on that night. I'll go the next night or the night before or some other time.
No one talks about divorcing a good guy. I've been divorced twice, both of which were my decision, and neither one of them were me or cheating on me. That doesn't mean there wasn't a pile of other reasons as to why we couldn't maintain a healthy relationship. People get divorced for all kinds of reasons. Maybe you don't agree on how to parent your kids. Maybe you suck at communicating and argue all the time. Maybe you don't agree on money and you have financial issues. Maybe there's no intimacy and you feel like you're living with a roommate. Those are all valid reasons to not want to stay in a relationship. And if that's you, you deserve to be happy. And I'm proud of you for taking responsibility for your happiness.
The reason why men seek loyalty more than anything else in a relationship is because we live in an age where women will initiate divorce with a good guy that has sacrificed for her and for his family. She will even admit that he is such a good guy, but that she's just not happy. She's bored. She's in a midlife crisis. Her hormones are out of whack. But what's really messed up is that she just wants to get rid of the guy that she views is in her way of getting that excitement that she wants. But the difference is that a good woman will continue to value the good virtues of a good man, even through her own unhappiness, her own boredom, her midlife crisis, and her hormonal changes. She will not make a permanent decision based on temporary feelings. And that is exactly what a good man needs.
Men, this shit must stop right now. I'm about to give you some behaviors that men need to stop doing in 2021. Some simp behaviors. Let's go. 1. Men need to stop tolerating women's disrespect and shitty behavior. There's a lot of complaints about the way women are in today's times. Women are the way that they are because there's an abundance of men who accept it. And remember, every time you tolerate a woman's bullshit, you do every other man on the planet a disservice. Number 2, taking back and forgiving women who cheat on you. If another man conquers a woman who's supposed to be committed to you, game over. Once she crossed that line, all respect is gone and you'll never, ever get that respect back. That's a confidence issue though. Go click the link in my bio and you can fix that. Number 3, catching feelings for sneaky links and jump offs. Fam, listen, every woman ain't trying to be wifed up.
And another thing that you also have to think about is, when you want a man to yearn, you want a man to, I understand you probably want that man to really show you that he likes you. Well, I don't see it as him like simping for me. And if that is simping, then that's what I want. I want a man to really like me. I want a man to really show that he likes me. There's other ways that man can show that he likes you versus him getting down on both knees, crying and snotting, licking all over your feet, sucking all over your toes and all that nonsense. There's other ways that he can do that. But that's what modern women want. They read that type of stuff in books. They look at that type of stuff on TV, and that's what they want. And men are realizing at some point in time, you're going to think because I yearned and I begged for you that you're in a higher and a better position. Well, I can leave you. I don't need you. You can't leave me. No, I did that thinking that you would understand how much I really want you in my life. But now that you're going to throw that in my face, I think I'll get to packing. I'll be out by the night.
Chivalry's indicator is the fact that I take the subway to and from work 2 to 3 times a week. I've been doing it minus COVID for 10 years almost for work. And I cannot recall a single time that a man has offered to give me a seat on the subway. I'm wearing high heels a lot. I'm a woman wearing high heels, and I've never once, not once, been offered a seat on the subway. What's your chivalry indicator?
Guys don't offer to help you on the subway because you spent years, maybe not you, but women spent years telling them, I don't need you. And you're still saying it. I don't need you. I don't need a man. I don't need your help. And what you want to say, what you really want to do is say, I don't need you, but you should still be a gentleman. I can treat you like it, but you should still act nice. I can discard you, but you should still treat me like gold.
There is nothing wrong with your post-divorce hoe phase, as long as you understand who you really are. If you're someone who's more like me and can easily get emotionally attached or just like fall in love with everybody, then a hoe phase probably isn't going to work out well for you. But if you know that you can scratch that itch and just have fun and not get attached, then do your thing.
This woman literally has coach in her username, and she's giving women advice telling them basically that a hoe phase is okay after a divorce. Listen, I will preach all day long that if y'all want to be hoes, but do not get upset at the men that want nothing to do with you because your body count is too high. The reason that men care about body count is because it's a reflection of how you treat yourself and your self-respect and your dignity. It's not just about the number. And let's be freaking for real about what actually happens is that these women get out of these so-called phases and they find somebody that they're ready to settle down with, and guess what? When he wants nothing to do with her because her body count is too high, now she's upset. There's consequences to your actions, but the problem is so many women do not want any consequences to their behavior, so when men hold them accountable, now they're the piece of. But I digress. These relationship coaches are giving women the advice. What happened to just like telling women to go pick up a hobby? Why are we encouraging women to sleep around as a form of healing or moving on? Like, how can you honestly give advice for someone to basically be a, but then you turn around and say that it's not for you and it's not something that you could handle, but you do it and you're a coach? Okay, bye.
And you have a lot of these men out here that are just regular guys. They're quiet, they're disciplined, and a lot of times because they don't yap about and holler and scream, that's why they get overlooked. Because modern women, they're looking for what they would call an alpha, a double alpha. I'm looking for a lion. Roar and make me hear you. Let me hear you. And so Chad and Tyrone are out there roaring. Just roar, roar, roar. As a matter of fact, Chad and Tyrone, well, sometimes they do, to be fair. But they roar is not even all that. At all. But they go ahead and stand behind a lion that actually know how to do it. And, they stand in front of a lion that actually knows how to roar. And then when the women look over, is that him? That must be him. And they think, oh, that's Chad roaring like that. He's got something. And they go over there messing with him. When really, actually, honestly, and truly, it was the good man. It was a stable man. It was a regular guy that had his stuff together that was roaring like that. But modern women can't distinguish. They can't tell the difference because Chad and Tyrone look good. And that's really all they're looking at. Modern women don't like to tell you, but they're just as lustful as men are. They're filled with lust the same way that men are.
I keep hearing people say, oh, chivalry is bad. But in my opinion, if women ever want to be looked at as equal in society, chivalry has to die. Let me explain. When I speak of chivalry, I'm talking about the trivial actions that are considered gentlemanly, pulling out a chair for a woman, holding a door open for a woman, etc. They seem very sweet and charming, but are they? In this book, A Vindication of the Rights of Women, which was written in 1792, Mary Wollstonecraft talks about the importance of equal rights and opportunity for women. And in this book, the word she uses to describe chivalry is degrading. When a man jumps to pull out a chair for a woman or open a door for her, it's actually a very subtle reminder of a society that places men superior to women, because women are perfectly capable of doing that themselves. The action of constantly doing it for them is an insult to our own independence and capabilities. But you might say that, oh, it's just a sweet gesture. It makes you feel good, doesn't it? And that's the point. In Mary Wollstonecraft's time, all of these little gestures were designed to make women feel important so that they forget how powerless they really are. They're not allowed to have an education, to have financial independence, or any control of their life whatsoever. But a man will pull out the chair for you, he'll stand up when you need to leave the room, and he'll make you feel so important and so special. The saddest part is that women actually began to internalize this feeling and start to become proud of the cage they were in. So it's a good thing to focus only on your looks, and it's a bad thing to want education. It's a good thing to be innocent and naive, and a bad thing to be knowledgeable or ask questions. So when a man treats you like a child who can't do anything themselves, it's so sweet because I like a big strong man to pull out my chair because I can't do anything for myself and I'm a beautiful little flower. But imagine a world where you jump up every time your partner wants to leave the room, you hold the door open for him, you pull out his chair for him. And if it feels ridiculous to you when a woman does it, but not when a man does it, that's a clear sign of inequality right there. And that's why chivalry needs to Share this if you agree.
Tomorrow is officially one of the biggest and most important days of my entire life. Tomorrow is my divorce day, and it's been a lot, to say the least. This moment I have equally dreaded and looked forward to, and the fact that it is now coming to an end officially tomorrow is mind-blowing. I cannot wait. I'm so impressed and proud of myself that I have been able to get through this divorce alone. To be 25 years old and doing something of this caliber is huge. I am the youngest of my friends to be married, and now I'm the youngest out of my friends to be divorced. So I'm gonna hold that with a lot of pride.
Many months later.
Tomorrow's Christmas. I'm just crying because of how hard it's been. I feel like I'm trying to prove to myself I can be strong. It's really painful dealing with the loss of everything. Not having my husband.
Follow Masculine Craze for more relationship advice and tips.
If I show too much interest, I'm love bombing. If I played cool, I am emotionally unavailable. If I'm too nice, I am boring. And if I'm too strict, I'm toxic. Bro, this generation doesn't want partners, bro. They want love in different types of personality subscriptions, bro. You want consistency and not clinginess. You want space but not distance. You want efforts but not pressure. What do you want? What do you want? Show care, it's cringe. Show chill, it's a sin. And no matter what, you just can't win. At this point, I am not dating. I'm just applying for emotional permits, slips, bills. A bill for love, it seems. What? Where are we, bro?
Chill, bro. Can I please have a man slowly explain to me why you all suck so much? I can honestly sit here and say, as a 34-year-old woman, I have not met one good man. So please, someone explain to me why that is. It can't be a coincidence. I've never had a good male figure in my life, and I've never had a man treat me right romantically. I've never even had a good male friend. So someone sit here and tell me what's wrong with y'all.
You are the problem. Not that you might be the problem. You are the problem. But look, this is a tough situation because she was probably dealt cards in her life that she didn't have any control over. And absolutely, it has shifted her whole perspective on men and what she does and how she behaves with men. But the problem here is when you can't recognize that, or you refuse to recognize that. As a grown adult, you gotta take accountability for where you are in life. And the honest first two things that I would do is to take out the piercings and to get your mindset surrounding men to shift, whatever you have to do. Therapy, changing your environment, finding the right group of friends that are both male and female, and probably just taking a break from dating for a little bit until those things are resolved.
How many DMs do you typically get?
Honestly, not a lot. I'm not a big social media girl.
Smart.
A lot, but I don't answer them.
Why do you think men don't approach women anymore?
Because they're pussies. Pussies. Respectfully, grow up here.
Are you intimidating?
No, I just think that you need to be able to approach a woman first. You need to have respect, and you need to have some type of suave. They're intimidated. Women do everything. Men do the bare minimum.
Yeah.
Give me the question, baby.
All right, let's go.
Is this my good side?
Either or.
Okay.
Interchangeable.
This is why strong women are always alone at first. A strong woman doesn't chase anyone, not even the people she loves. She's not gonna beg for your attention. She's not gonna ask you to love her back. She's not gonna keep showing up where she's not wanted. Because she already knows what she's worth. And when you know your worth, you stop knocking on doors that were never meant for you. She doesn't chase, she doesn't beg, she just decides who actually deserves her. Tag a woman who needs to hear this today.
Okay, somebody sent me this. This is a dating profile, and this is what this girl had in her bio. So she's 23 years old, right? Roots, she's American. Mom of 4, not ashamed in my game. You don't like it, keep it pushing. Mind you, she's 23 years old and she has 4 kids. I'm hoping it's 4 kids from one dude. I just want to shed light on this, that dating apps are crazy because we have women doing this and we have simps that will acquiesce to whatever the fuck she tells them to do. He'll probably pay her rent, buy diapers, do whatever just to please her, just to get on a date with her. The reason why women do shit like this and have the audacity to put Mom of 4, not ashamed of my game. You don't like it, keep it pushing. Because niggas is out there who's simping and will do anything, she says, just for some coochie. I still shame her for having 4 kids at the age of 23, not being married and being with the man, but doesn't matter. What do y'all think? And you want to get married. Pack it up.
Is that the engagement ring?
It is.
Cute. Wait, excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. I got a quick question. I saw you walking around. I thought you were really beautiful. What's your name?
Thank you. It's Abby.
Abby?
Yes.
My name's Henny. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
I was wondering if you had a boyfriend or you're married or anything.
I'm engaged.
You're engaged?
I'm engaged.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. June?
It's around the corner.
Hey, that's nice. We can still be friends. Are you down for that?
We can be friends.
Instagram?
I do. Yes, I
Yeah?
do.
Let's follow each other on Instagram then. You getting how's your day going?
It's pretty good. Yeah.
That's good.
It's nice, but it's nice weather, so.
It is nice weather, yeah.
You know, all the comments on this video about saying that the gram isn't, you know, her being unfaithful. I'm telling you right now, man, that if your girl has a conversation like this with another man, she is unfaithful to you. You know, a woman that is sent from God is not going to be out there entertaining other men. She's not going to be giving anyone her Instagram. She's not going to be even talking to them. And so you guys got to realize, a woman that is sent from God, you really think she's going to be out there causing problems like this? Do you really think she's going to be out there conversating with other men? She's going to be wanting to build a family with you, homie. She's going to be wanting to build with God, to God with you. And that's the thing, is that the enemy has just made everything so confusing to everybody, man, where, you know, it's okay if she does this, it's okay if she's this, you're controlling. But you're not controlling if you want respect, man. You're not controlling if you want a woman of God. You're not controlling. It's called being a man of God. You want someone who's going to serve God with you, you're doing it the right way, man. Don't listen to the nonsense. Don't listen to the enemy. Don't listen to other people. We don't fear people. We fear God. That's what you guys got to remember. We fear God, not people. Jim Grunigan.
If you're dating for marriage?
I'm not gonna get married.
Really?
No.
Why?
A woman reserves the right at any given time, even if she's like super religious, you can just become a raging feminist and end the marriage. She's not gonna go to God. She's not gonna go to a priest. She's not gonna go to her church. She's going to go to an attorney, a lawyer, who may very well be an atheist, who's going to defer to the attorney's recommendation, who has a financial motive and incentive to siphon as much money from the husband as possible. The husband probably has to pay for the attorney, and he's going to have to pay for his own attorney too. And then they're embroiled, especially if the divorce is contentious. That's going to be embroiled in a contentious divorce. He's going to spend thousands, maybe even 6 figures in legal costs. Even if she's a good woman, he doesn't know how to, first off, whether you're a man or woman, most people don't know how to navigate the civil court system.
You're just listening to your truth. You're just being honest with yourself. To choose yourself, even when it's super uncomfortable, that takes a lot of courage. And it's not selfish. You can appreciate what you've had, the love that you had, the things that you shared together, and still acknowledge that it's time to move on. It's okay to want more for yourself. And you're brave for not settling, because there are a lot of people that stay in relationships they don't want to be in because they're too afraid to.
Newsflash, marriage should not be treated the same way as when you're dating. You play by different rules when you're married because you made a commitment. You made vows to stay together through better or worse. That means that you should do everything that you can to maintain the relationship. You shouldn't just give up so easily. So when you say that you're just not feeling it, you know, you're just not happy anymore, you're just feeling like you were a different person when you chose him, and so now you want to leave. After you promised that you would stay around forever, I think that does kind of make you the bad guy. And look, no one's holding you down in that marriage. Like, the man, if he knows that you really want to leave, like, he would rather you just leave. But in those situations, I don't think that it's fair to say that it was a mutual thing, and definitely not right for you to make him the bad guy. Which is why if you make a promise and then you end up breaking that promise, you should absolutely take accountability for that. And you should treat it as so, which means that during divorce proceedings, you shouldn't try to take everything that he has. You should actually maybe give him a little bit more.
I would rather live a life alone in complete solace and peace than to be with somebody who treats me like. Do you know how bad that feels? To have someone that you truly believed in, someone you truly trusted, and someone who made you truly happy, treat you like you're nothing. And we've all experienced this. You ever been with somebody and you like that person? Maybe you even love that person, but they never brought you true happiness. You never experienced wanting to actually do better in your life. When you meet the person that makes you want to be a better person, that's your person. That's the person that you treat right. That's the person you love and you care about and you want to do all the things for. You ever had that person treat you bad? The person you gave up everything for? The person you sacrificed everything for? When that person treats you bad, that turns you into a whole different animal. I am so comfortable and content with spending the entire rest of my life alone, because I would rather on my feet than live on my knees at the mercy of someone else. And that's a fact.
This is why marriage is a bad idea for men. A marriage used to give a man a stable life, a life in which he was enjoying the support of a wife, while he was providing financial security. But today the divorce rates are so high that men often find themselves having to pay half of what they've made during the marriage. And because the traditional roles of men being the breadwinners and women being the homemakers are no longer the norm, there is a lot of confusion. There's more equality, and because women work nowadays, they've become way more independent and they have less time to be busy with playing the traditional role of the wife. But men find it hard to adapt to this new role of not just being the financial provider, but also having to help around the house because the wife doesn't have time anymore to do it all alone. And although women wanted to work and therefore they entered the man's world, men never asked to enter the women's world and to also become homemakers. And that's why many men don't want to get married anymore. They feel it's a ripoff. They think that at the end of the day it will cost them a lot of money and it will cost their peace of mind because they don't have a peaceful life at home.
I'll be back at 7. Enjoy your afternoon.
Wait, are you seriously just going to leave?
Yes, my schedule is set.
I haven't spoken to you all morning. Aren't you going to ask what's wrong?
Let's unpack that logic. Silence is not communication. It is an unstated test.
I just wanted to see if you cared enough to notice.
I don't participate in guessing games. I value transparent and direct communication. When you are ready to have a constructive conversation, I will be here to listen. Until then, enjoy your day.
What kind of car is this? Is this like a Toyota model or?
Audi A4.
Is this one of like the oldest models?
I mean, yeah, it's like an A4.
Oh,
Still
A-
really expensive though.
Yeah, I've never heard of it. The girls that I was with in the past, they had like a BMW with like 4 rims. What happened over here? You hit something?
I guess, yeah. So do you want to get in the car or?
I mean, where are we going?
I mean, we can go back to my place or yours and hang out.
Ah, I knew it. This whole time you just wanted me to get back to your place so you could sleep with me.
What?
I'm just some to you. I'm just community.
No.
You just want to sleep with me.
No, I don't want to sleep. We don't have to sleep together. I want.
We ate at Chili's and now you want to me.
No, I want to hang out with you.
I'm sure you say that to everybody. You just want to hang out. You want my.
I cleared my whole schedule for you. Like, what did you want to do?
Yo, there's a skating rink.
Well, I don't want to do that.
Bowling?
Girl, do I look like I could bowl? Be for real, bowling? I thought you had a whole plan for today.
I don't know. I'm sorry. Is there anything like you want to do in particular?
You're asking me what I want to do on our date that you're supposed to plan. Be for real.
You just want to me. You just want me for my. I'm a slab of meat.
Of course not. You know what I'm saying? No, of course not. Stop. Chill out. Let's just get into the car and then we can just hang out and figure out what we're doing, okay? Come on.
My girlfriend said she wanted to be friends with benefits, so I treated her exactly like one. I've been planning Miranda's dream Valentine's Day for weeks when she destroyed me over brunch. I just pulled out my phone to confirm the reservation at the restaurant she'd been dying to try when she interrupted me. God, you're so clingy and needy. We need to talk, she said, pushing away the flowers I'd brought. I can't do this anymore. It's suffocating. You're always trying to be romantic, always wanting to do couple stuff. My heart broke. We're about to be a year Miranda. Exactly why we need to set boundaries now. From now on, we're best friends who happen to sleep together. Treat me exactly like you treat Nate or Will. No flowers or special treatment, just buddies. I'm just someone you have sex with. She said it like I was pathetic for wanting wanting more. The couple next to us looked horrified. If that's what you want, I said quietly. She rolled her eyes. Finally, maybe now you'll stop being so desperate and embarrassing. Valentine's Day arrived. Miranda texted asking about if we had plans. I responded that I was going to Nate's to watch the game. She could come if she wanted. Dead silence for an hour. Didn't we have a reservation? She finally asked. I reminded her that I don't make romantic reservations for my buddies. That night, she showed up at Nate's in a red dress and heels. I handed her a beer without looking up from the TV and went back to the game. When she tried to sit next to me on the couch, I pointed to the recliner across the room. Dude, you're blocking the TV. Nate looked confused. Miranda's face went red. She spent the night watching us play video games and talk about sports. Her birthday came 3 weeks later. I got her what I got all my bros, a 6-pack of beer and buffalo wings from the sketchy place near campus. She stared at the grease-stained container like it was radioactive. Where's my actual gift? She asked, voice shaking. That is your gift. Same thing I got Will last month. Pretty good wings too. But I'm your girlfriend. No, you're my friend who I occasionally sleep with. Your exact words. She didn't speak to me for 2 days. The real entertainment started at her company's spring gala. She'd begged me to come, bought me a suit, and said it was important for her promotion. When her boss approached, asking how long we'd been together, I corrected him immediately. Oh, we're not together. Her boss looked bewildered. But she said you were her boyfriend of 10 months? Nah, she doesn't do the relationship thing. We're buddies who hook up occasionally. She was actually just...
Okay, ready for the side. All ready? You can say thank you. Well, I didn't know you were a man.
No, she didn't. See, that couldn't have been me. I would have picked that money up and threw it at the back of her guy's head. And I don't care that it didn't reach. But she would have knew I threw it because the wind from that money, she would have felt that. And y'all wonder why nobody likes to be nice to y'all. Because y'all just rude for no reason. It does not take much to say thank you. And then you try to be funny and give him some money like he a doorman. Girl, I bet your ass is single as hell.
In order for something to be weaponized incompetence, it has to be weaponized. I talked about how an ex of mine genuinely didn't give a fuck if the task was done, if the house was clean, if the dishes were moldy. He wasn't touching it, whether I existed in that home or not. In order to weaponize incompetence, they have to be manipulating you to do the action so they don't have to. The definition is in the fucking name. It has to be deliberate to be weaponized. It's like how suddenly every guy every woman has ever met on Hinge is a master manipulator. I got a comment that made my jaw drop, and it was like, bold to assume it takes a master to manipulate you. I was like, they're not even talking about me, and that hurts my feelings. Most of the time, they're not out here trying to manipulate you. They just suck. When they binge text you for like 2 or 3 days and then they go completely ghost for a week, it's because they don't like you or they're sleeping with someone else already. The manipulation is 9 times out of 10 in our own heads. We need to stop using buzzwords where they don't apply. It's not weaponized incompetence if they just happen to be incompetent. They're not a master manipulator just because they're doing things that you don't like.
Modern women really, they're not serious. They always have something silly to say. Well, how come I can't get a man to take me seriously? This goes beyond joking, right? Because you can have fun, you can be silly. You know, that's just who she is. She's just a goofy person. She just likes to have fun. She just likes to cut up. That's just who she is, right? If that's not your personality, leave her alone. That's one thing. What we have today is modern women cackling and being silly in a man's face when a man is trying to approach. And not only do they act silly and immature, they continue it instead of saying, no, we just playing. What's going on? There's one woman in the gym, man came up to her, you know, maybe he could have said something a little bit better. Maybe he could have approached a little bit better. He didn't do anything weird. But, you know, maybe he could have said some stuff better. Her friend jumps in, starts cackling and doing all that other stuff. And instead of saying, no, I'm sorry, go ahead. You know, this is your moment. And really, you know, being genuine about it. You know, maybe you give him a good natured ribbing. Hey, you remember when you said that to Chloe? And, you know, just kind of bust out laughing. And, you know, you kind of roast them a little bit and go on about your business. Men can take that. What men don't want to be involved in anymore is being the butt of the joke every single time. And they really didn't even do anything wrong. It's not worth it, man.